must be the place. Professor 𝘨𝘱𝘦𝘴's house.
Looks pretty creepy. I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly 6 months. I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist. Something to do with a Mayan stone she came across while researching the story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I had a bad feeling about this.
Hello everyone and welcome to SpartanGaming and my playthrough of Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror. So we're fine for now, we don't have to write the spider killing us because it doesn't, which is weird. You'd think it would be a time-based part in the game, but no. If you notice that this George and the spider have frozen. Very handy. So here we are. This game is very different from the first game. For a start we have this weird menu up here. First game, this was your inventory. I think your inventory has moved down to the bottom now. And you get all these instead. So you got... So we'll click them and see what happens. So this is your options. You've got a graphics quality, which is very weird for this type of game. You can have normal George or George in shadow. It just gets burly. Maybe it's a burly. Normal George, burly George. Weird. I changed some of the music down because it's bloody too loud. So that's that. We also get this button, which lets us quit the game. Very nice. This one I think is save. So we got loads and loads of space to save. And obviously this is load. Even though they're both the same bloody icon. Let's make sure you don't mess them up. That would be annoying. And this lets you restart the game. Because of reasons. I don't know why the button exists. Don't click it. Otherwise it will start back to the beginning. But yeah. Anyway. George is in a predicament. We went to see an archaeologist. I don't think it tells you why George went away for 6 months. It might do. There's a specific reason why he just disappeared for 6 months. 6 bloody months. And he's only just started going out with Nico. But you know. That's George had he must have had something important going on. He did. Yeah, pretty sure we know. So yeah. Let's kill this spider. That's a big bloody spider. Look at it. The size of a bloody cat.
There were only 3 things I didn't like about spiders. The way they looked, the way they moved, and the fact that they lived on the same planet as me. This spider was big, mean, and hairy, and definitely not a native of Europe.
Notice that the audio quality in this game is much, much higher than the first game. Like, a lot of the scenes in the first game, it sounded like George was recording in the toilet. But obviously they must have had a bigger budget. So what we need to do is, have you noticed that the this This bookcase, it looks really shit. It looks really, really bad. Look, it's super jaggy. So I had the choice to play this, the remastered version or the original. I would pick the original. The remastered version's not as bad as the director's cut, like the first game was. The remastered just added things, made a bit. I think the audio was a bit better. Maybe the graphics were changed for more modern. Not changed as in art style change, but made a bit more sharper. But also you get this weird portraits pop up when somebody talks, and the text is in bubbles because of reasons. It's to be honest, I hate them. I hate the bubble things that pop up because they're very intrusive. They take up way too much of the screen, and you don't need the subtitles to be right in your face. They're down here where they need to be. They don't need to be up here in the middle of this fucking screen. That's just dumb. But what do I know? I grew up. This is the first game I bought with my money when I was younger. The very first game. I literally phoned up my nearest video game shop. I had them phone me up when it came in. As soon as it came in, I went, brought it, and I played it to death. I still have that copy, weirdly enough. And that copy's well over 20 years old. I'm a very old man. Let's not go down those in that route anyway. So yeah. So if we right click, it lets us examine things, and left click lets us interact, I guess you could say. So if we right click this bookshelf,
I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders While Tied to a Chair. No such luck.
Yeah.
But I noticed one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood.
That's very convenient. It's just here. If we click on this block of wood... Sorry, spider. Oof.
Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape.
Gotta hear sorry for the poor spider. One of the best quotes that I remember in this game is this.
I wasn't touching that spider goo.
The way he says spider goo. It's so funny. We click on the metal bracket. George will Superman his way out of there. Blarg! Noise.
With one mighty bound, our hero was free. Now, I had to deal with that fire.
So you get the, there's a weird hole in the wall, which I don't know why that's there. You can't interact with it. So we can't touch the spider go. There's a few things we can do. This picture here.
Nice couple.
I think it's Professor 𝘨𝘮𝘮 and his wife. Oh, you can't really...
𝘨𝘮𝘮 and his wife, I guess.
There we go. We can now... Ooh, I love that.
Highly artistic, but of very little practical use.
You never know we need a candlestick, George.
It was an oddly designed candle holder with a coil of metal shaped like a snake.
It's weird that I can't pick that up.
Inside, I found a bottle of tequila.
I mean, if we're gonna die, we might as well get
Normally,
smashed.
I didn't drink strong spirits, but today was far from normal. Ew.
Ew.
Disgusting. Not only did the tequila burn like hell, I just managed to stop myself from swallowing the worm.
Where's there a worm in tequila? Is that a thing? I don't drink strong spirits. I'm a beer man. And even then, I don't really drink at all, to be honest. I'm too poor. I refuse to buy liquor. If someone gives it me, then yeah, I'll down them. I'll down it straight away, but...
There was something short,
I don't know why there's a
fleshy,
worm in
and
tequila.
gross on the carpet.
I love that.
It was the worm from the bottle of tequila.
Is there a reason that a worm is in a tequila? Is that something that people put in tequila? Just worms?
I'd drunk enough of that.
Oh, George.
In the drawer was a small decorated pot.
Yoink. I mean, I'm not going to take it. Yeah, so your inventory is down here now, which is very weird. So we're used to it being up here. So look at this.
The pot contained a key.
So right-clicking on the pot. Let's examine items, basically. So,
It looked like a house key.
house key.
The red and yellow pot had black decorative markings shaped like hands. Weird mutant hands, that is. It was that itsy-bitsy tequila worm. I really must remember to take it out of my pants before I send them to the laundry.
That worm is going to be with us for a bloody while. So we've got a dart.
It was a needle-sharp dart with a flight of green and yellow feathers. That dart was sharper than a mosquito's business end, but this didn't deter me from getting it anyway.
However, he just puts it in his pocket. You know, don't worry about it stabbing you and then knocking you unconscious.
It was the poisoned dart which had stunned Nico. I'd never known anything keep her quiet so effectively.
What a savage thing to say. Pick up Nico's bag.
It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front. It occurred to me that Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away.
Holy shit. I forgot about the panties.
They could be useful.
They very much will be. Very nice panties.
It was a pair of red, lace-trimmed panties decorated with a large black satin heart.
It's just the way he says panties. It sounds so dirty.
I guess I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in. It was from André 𝘨𝘀𝘮𝘀, the history student Nico had known at college. The letter was sentimental mush, and revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number. 𝘨𝘀𝘀 figured himself as a rival for Nico's affections, but I couldn't believe that that creep was in the running.
Why would he send somebody else's girlfriend sexy pants? Like, that's just wrong, dude. If Nico was my girlfriend and you sent her some pants, I would have smacked you in the fucking face. I mean, I think any bloke would if he found out some dirty prick was sending their girlfriend pants.
It was Nico's lipstick. It wasn't my color, and it reminded me of clowns.
We all know how George hates clowns. Anyway, we can't do anything else with the bag. Don't look out the window. Don't worry about the house burning down.
Through those sturdy bars.
Why would he have bars in his bloody windows?
The bars attached to the window would prevent anyone getting in. They also stopped me from getting out.
That's like super paranoia and very dangerous if your house is on fire, which it is. And it's by the door, so good luck getting out the window. You stupid idiot who thought that was a good idea.
I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it.
So the putting out the fire is quite easy. Pick up this.
There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas.
Okay, so we can't use that just yet. We can open the cabinet.
The cabinet was locked.
Okay, can I use this on the cabinet? Whoa.
As I released the lock, something blew the doors open.
What is that?
I couldn't think of a use for a burst cylinder. It was a small cylinder which seemed to have exploded.
So
the cabinet was already...
Yeah, I think the cylinder is obviously for the siphon.
That cylinder was hot. I couldn't pick it up with my bare hands.
I know what we can pick it up with. Our panties. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Come on, cylinder.
The panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed to wrap around the hot cylinder.
You know what? Now that I think about it, why is Nico carrying this pair of pants around with her? Is she cheating on me? Surely she's not. Is she cooking George? Oh no. But let's pretend that she's not.
The cylinder gave out a faint hiss as the valve opened. Now I had one primed up and ready to use extinguisher.
I love George's curtains. That's so the 90s. I used to have hair like that before it all fell off.
With a well-aimed squirt of his soda fountain, our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
It'd be nice if the game was narrated by George's perspective. I kind of like that. We need to... I keep going up there. Sorry about that. I just got off playing Broken Sword 1. That's going to confuse me for God knows how many days. I think I may need to use the door. The key?
The house key didn't fit into the keyhole.
Okay, can I just open the door?
I wasn't going to burn myself on that red-hot doorknob,
Ah, George.
and it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Oh. Yeah, fuck you, door. I should have bounced back and hit him in the face. That would have been hilarious. Oh, God, I've never seen George so violent before. He's normally, like, anti-violent. Get some information.
I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two. It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe.
Oh.
The best place to view the eclipse would be Mexico.
Oh, God, I just remember what that's about. Oh, God, I really love this game. Really, really love this game. So...
It was the newspaper clipping referring to the imminent eclipse. Wrapped inside it was another small piece of paper.
Oh.
It was a bank statement for 𝘱𝘬𝘮𝘮's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was 𝘱𝘬𝘮's bank statement.
Oh, so somebody's drawing money from his bank account in Marseille. Interesting.
Much as I disliked him, 𝘨𝘀𝘮𝘮 might be my only hope of finding Nico.
Yeah, let's call this slimy dickhead up. Send him pants to my girlfriend.
Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George
Your
𝘱𝘨,
mum.
Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a fight.
Prick.
I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre, we need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Okay. You remember the cafe at Montfaucon?
Sure.
Wow. Oh,
Andre?
Fuck you too, mate.
You'd better show, you creep.
It's weird though, like in Broken Sword
Felt
1...
an irrational urge to wipe my ear.
Hey, in Broken Sword 1, Andre doesn't really come off as being like a predator, I guess you could say. Like George was very antagonistic towards him and it felt unnecessary, but in this game he comes off as a massive dick. You know? Like he knows that Nico and George are going out, yet he still thinks it's a good idea to send her lingerie and then, yeah. So we've been to Montfaucon. That's where the 𝘱𝘩𝘮𝘮 was, if anyone played Broken Sword 1. And the drunk cop who was not on patrol.
I unlocked the door.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
I wasn't looking forward to meeting 𝘨𝘀𝘮 again,
I don't think
but he was
anyone
my
is.
only link with Nico.
I'm not looking forward to meeting him anyway. I don't think I've ever heard like... Oh! Oh, this looks exactly the same. It looks a bit more greener on the
There was
bottom
no
left.
sign of 𝘨𝘀𝘮 when I got to the cafe. I decided to order a coffee and wait for him.
So this is the same man. The gendarme, wasn't it? This is where the 𝘱𝘩𝘮𝘮 was. We went into the sewer,
I had no desire to go down into the sewers.
and this is the church. We can't go into the church anymore. It counts as an exit now. What's that flask?
It was a small silver flask from which the man was topping up his glass.
Let's see if I can steal it. It might be the same. I think it's the same from when you steal the piece of metal from the guy in
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I thought it was the same. You take a piece of metal or a piece of wire from a guy when you Broken Sword 1 in Lockmon. You have to do that when he sneezes.
Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here the day I found the catacombs.
I was? Ah, yes, I remember you.
Yeah. Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. And what brings you back to Paris?
It was the guy who was always drunk and he wasn't doing his job. They probably found out and fired him.
My girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
No. No, it's not. So have you noticed that the voice actors are completely different in this game? Nico's voice is different. I think she goes through like, I think every single game has a different voice, which is very, very odd. George's I think George is always voiced by Rolf Saxon. This guy's got a different voice. 𝘨𝘀𝘮𝘳's got a different voice. It's so weird. I don't think these games were set very up. You know, I don't think they were produced in very, you know, like a long time apart. So weird.
Tell me what you make of this note.
From my years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Oh.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail.
Isn't Oedipus, he likes his mom? Or he likes MILFs or something? Something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. And you just got an insight into my perverted mind. Moving along.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Well, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
What do you make of this dart?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
That's morbid.
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
What you putting into that wine?
Have you ever heard of a Professor 𝘱𝘐𝘏?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
I do like how
Apparently he's an expert on
𝘱𝑗's
Mayan art and history.
icon is Greta
Little out of
Topper.
my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
Oh. Can I speak to the John Don again, please? There we go.
Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake.
Aw.
Only in my case, it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
That's pretty shitty. So we need to wait for the snooty ass waiter to show himself.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss 𝘨𝘀𝘮𝘳.
Here he comes. He's just drink his wine. Come on, you big dick. Get him topping up. I'm pretty sure this the cafe dude is a massive arsehole.
It was a small silver...
Here he is. Oi. Excuse me. Who drinks wine that morning, like that early in the morning?
Oh, garçon. He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
A prick. They're going and drag his ass outside. Long-haired idiot. I think we just gotta wait. There he is. Just call him Oi. That normally gets people's attention.
Hey, you.
Quoi?
I'd like a cup of coffee,
What?
if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
You finished serving him. Give me a coffee, you dick. God, I'm so impatient. Just always serve us with a smile.
Un café.
Thanks. What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe?
Holy shit.
I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me. I didn't sell it to him.
That's crazy. It's just... Absinthe is just like, that would knock you the hell out, isn't it? Yeah, don't ever drink that, peeps. I think they're like drinking gasoline, isn't it? It's a very strong... it's very strong.
Do you know a guy called André 𝘨𝘨𝘮𝘀?
Oui. I know him. What of it?
I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No. I have not seen him today.
Have you heard of Professor 𝘱𝘱𝘮𝘴?
Oui.
He married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
If 𝘱𝘬𝘮𝘴's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Kleimachs. She died in suspicious circumstances.
Why does that name sound like a porn star? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you, sir? Carol Kleimachs. Holy crap. May as well just call her Testicles. Carol Kleimachs.
How did 𝘱𝘬𝘮𝘴's wife die?
What a brilliant name.
I heard he shot her.
Oh,
And got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and a watertight alibi.
this is rich.
Why would an eminent public figure like 𝘱𝘬𝘮 risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
I mean, he's got Carol Kleimachs. I'm pretty sure he got off a lot.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poison dart.
Ah, oui. Sure.
It's the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic.
Holy shit, dude.
Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That is not what you say to somebody. Yeah, look at this dart that I used to knock out my girlfriend.
That's all.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. What a cherry man he is. There comes the ponytail wearing dumbass. Look at him in his jorts.
Well, this is a surprise, Georgie.
Shut up and sit down. Hate this guy. He's such a slimy twat.
I wouldn't normally call you,
Look at his derpy
but
face.
Nico's in trouble, Andre. Deep trouble. You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this time?
It was you that recommended Professor 𝘱𝘬𝘮 as an expert on Mayan art. Now his butler's kidnapped her, and he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved with you, there is trouble. Walking out on her was the best thing you could do.
My father was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered once she went back to her old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
So, how can I help?
Nico needed to speak to 𝘱𝘬𝘮 about a stone.
Oh, you mean this stone?
Why would you carry that around with you, dude? Oh, it's the 𝘱𝘣𝘭𝑪 stone, if I remember
So
correctly.
that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely. Nicole told me to guard it with my life.
Well, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
It was
What's
funny.
funny is that your life really is on the line.
What are you talking about?
The stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy. And the guy who kidnapped Nico was from Central America. It was the stone they were after.
Oh my god. You mean I could be in danger too?
Oh my god, I'm in danger. This guy's such a knob. Give him this.
Take a look at this, Andre.
It's a bank statement?
Yeah, Professor 𝘱𝘬𝘮𝑡's account. 5 large cash withdrawals in the space of 3 days. All from an automatic teller in Marseille. Suspicious, isn't it?
You're even more crazy than you were before.
So, George left Paris to go back to America because his dad died, which took 6 months, mind you. Like, he just disappeared. It didn't take 6 months. I guess it maybe. He said my father was dying. I don't know. It's like half a year he spent away from her. I mean, long distance relationships don't work. You know. I mean, they didn't work for Nico and George, did they? But still, 6 months is a long bloody time to go. Yeah. And obviously, Slimy Boy here has slivered his disgusting hands into Nico, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't like Andre that way. Better bloody not. Otherwise, this game would be straight on my blacklist. I played this game so many times and I still discover new things when I'm playing it. But I always remember that I hate Andre. I mean, what a surprise. He's made to be hated, isn't he? Good job, game developers.
What can you tell me about this pot?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank. The 𝘱𝘬𝘮𝘴 Gallery.
Oh my god, the gallery as well. Oh, all coming back to me.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
You think you're amusing, don't you?
I think that was pretty amusing. Seeing as it's a worm and it has no bones.
Does 𝘱𝘐𝘴 employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
You never been to his house? I thought you guys were pals.
Fellow academics, Georgie. It's not quite the same thing.
Why didn't Nico take the stone to 𝘱𝘐𝘴?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something like this would happen.
If she's been hurt, Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
No, that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself.
Why? Let him.
Tell me about your friend 𝘱𝘐𝘴.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all.
No, I don't.
Wow.
What do you suppose the carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
Where did Nico get the stone?
It was sent to her.
From where? Who?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
Oh, you should.
It was something to do with smuggling.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Meanwhile,
I've had enough of your games, 𝘨𝘮. Tell me what you've done with my stone.
I thought your business was simply smuggling cocaine, Karzak. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Okay. Well, I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So I had a word with one of my girlfriends, and she told me her boyfriend was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough! I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle. We'll leave you to think it over. Come the morning, you'll be ready to talk.
well, Nico's got herself in a sticky situation there. I like Nico's voice in Broken Sword too. It's not like I didn't like her voice in number 1. I think again, you don't really hear much Nico very much in Broken Sword 1, do you? It's George normally is 90% of the game, and then Nico appears in the last part of the game. Nico plays a bigger role in this game, which is pretty cool.
I'm trying to find my girlfriend. She's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, it was our first day back together after many months.
That's too bad. My God, that's depressing.
You proper bummed him out, George. But luckily, I can take his flask now. I mean, he ain't gonna use that anymore, mate.
I grabbed the flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe, a highly potent and illegal alcoholic drink.
I'm pretty sure that I don't think you can talk to him anymore.
Excuse me.
What?
Oh no, you can.
Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
Oh,
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
that's what I'm expecting him to say. So we have finished here. There's nothing else we can do.
I had another
We're not going to pay for our
I could
coffee.
either go back to 𝘱𝘐𝘴's house or visit the 𝘵𝘠𝘮 gallery.
There's literally no reason to go back to 𝘱𝘐𝘴's house, so we'll go to the 𝘵𝘠𝘮𝘮 gallery instead. It's the correct choice.